Hey, welcome to Graphic Policy Television GPTV. I'm Brett. In my hands is Hardware Season 0, Number 1, the next series from Milestone and published by DC Comics. This is the return of Milestone. I'm fascinated by this. I want to see where this all goes. So this is written by Brandon Thomas, pencils by Dennis Cowan, inks by Bill Sienkiewicz, color by Chris Sotomayor, and then lettering by Rob Leigh. So what's been interesting is that the various series are kind of tied into each other in some ways. They all kind of work together in a really, really solid way, building off this world, which is cool. So this is the story of Curtis Metcalf. He's the one being blamed for the events in Static that gave all these people powers. So the question is, like, did he release this gas on purpose, knowing these people will get powers and they can rise up against the man? So that's kind of thrown out there. Well, of course, Curtis isn't the reason this all happened. Like, it was kind of his technology and his brilliance, but like the issues are not his. Like, he didn't do this on purpose. So he's a wanted man. The cops of Dakota are going after him. Dakota PD are on his tail, and he needs to get the hell out of there. And what happens is just a chase issue. This is one issue that is just straight up chase. There's not much more to it. We get some insight into Curtis the man. We get to see him try to deal with the police, which I think gives a lot as far as his character, like as a person, and some amazing art on top of it. But in the end, it's really just a chase. There's not much else to it, but it's a really interesting opening that I think sets the stage for what's gonna come. Now, I didn't know much about Hardware at all. I always just thought it was, Iron Man. This universe's version of Iron Man, and it's kind of that, but except a little bit more, just not liked. This is Iron Man on the run. It's throwing a little Hulk on it. What I actually think I really liked about the issue is that there is a subtext to it I think is really interesting between Curtis and his boss. There's definitely this master-slave vibe I got that made me really uncomfortable about how Curtis's boss and mentor looked at Curtis. And I think it's really interesting as, like, I gotta imagine it's done on purpose, but there's something about it that made me very uncomfortable, and I guess that's a good thing, right? So to me, I actually think that's the most interesting thing about it. It's not the chase, it's not the run, it's not the fights with the police or anything like that. It's just this back and forth between these two individuals, and just the themes, the underlying themes of that, I think is intriguing and really, really interesting. As I said, the art is fantastic. The art is just so good between Cowan and Sienkiewicz. It's friggin' unreal. This is so good, such good stuff. And it's funny is when I was younger, this is probably a style I wouldn't have been the biggest fan of. But here, I was like, whatever I like nowadays, this is really cool. I think there's just some minor issues at times where I can't quite tell what's going on, but at the same time, the poses and what's depicted is so dynamic, I kind of overlook it. It's just one of those, like, it looks really cool. I don't know what he's doing right now, but it looks really cool. And that's probably about it. But overall, it's a really interesting debut issue. It's definitely different than all the other series and the stuff that's come out yet. There's something that is tonal-wise very different from that as well. We've got Static, which is the youthful energy. Icon Rocket is Rocket Icon, whichever it is, has this kind of like old school slight hope about it, and this is not quite about hope, but there's something a little bit dark as far as the story and the visuals. So we got 3 series with 3 very different tones about them, which I think is really great. Overall, I recommend it. I think Milestone is knocking things out of the park. Can't wait to see where every series goes, and where it takes us. So I'm kind of excited to see what's next for all of it. Hardware Season 0, Number 1, out in comic shops. You can go get it. We got a link beneath this video. Put in your zip code. Tell if a shop's near you. No shop, no problem. We have some links to purchase. They are affiliate links, so we get a small percentage by doing that. You help support our site, though, so thank you. And speaking of support, I want to thank you all for watching. Appreciate that. If you are into Milestone, if you're into DC Comics, comics in general, check us out every single day at graphicpolicy.com. We're on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Tumblr, all at Graphic Policy. Until next time, keep reading those comics. and keep it geeky. Hey, thanks for watching the previous video from Graphic Policy Television. Just by watching, you help support our site. Thank you so much. Now, if you're watching these videos, you probably care about geeky things like movies, television, comic books, toys, games, video games, you name it. You can go and subscribe right now to our YouTube channel to stay in touch and catch all the new videos, or check out our website at graphicpolicy.com. There's a nice link on this end of the video. But as always, thank you for watching. Keep on rocking and keep it geeky.